So, I want to talk about my experience with how GalaxyCon Columbus went, because I just never thought that there would be a day in all my years of going to conventions since I was 15 years old that I would dislike a convention as much as GalaxyCon Columbus. So, let's just get into it. So, already I knew that they had oversold tickets because there were still people coming in to like get their their passes and all that, whether that be general admission or VIP. But I'm pretty sure if you had VIP they would already have mailed it out to you, but I'm not sure. um Already it was already claustrophobic with how many people there were there, not to mention GalaxyCon versus Fan Expo. um GalaxyCon does not know how to organize autographs and all that when it comes to certain celebrities or voice actors. For example, take Alex Burham, who voices a ton of characters from Hell of a Boss to Has Been Hotel. Um, the way that even the only had problems with one staff member who thought it was okay to start an argument with our own mother and yell in her face and tell her that she doesn't get paid to do this because she's a volunteer. Yes, I get that you are a volunteer, but you don't have the right to yell at people. His line was basically capped off because he already had a lot of people in his line before going to like a panel. And they said they wouldn't be allowing any more people in until the line started moving. And the line did start moving. And my mom took that advantage to get us in line. And that exact volunteer yelled at us to get out of line, saying that we're not allowed to get in line until someone says we are allowed. How are you going to say that when the line started moving? That's how normally things go. But I digress. Um, Already, um, his line was like the only one that was doing this, and the fact that she was yelling at us. She was First of all, I'm someone who is kind of like neurodivergent. I have ADD, so that kind of situation was making me very upset to the point where I did not want to meet him anymore. I did not want to meet him anymore. Um, we tried to wait for the line to go down, but it wasn't going down. There were still people standing off to the sidelines, waiting for it to go down as well. Um, the way that it was poorly handled is very sad because after that, I decided to meet the actor who played Carlisle, Colin from Twilight, instead. Um, and his line was better handled than Alex Burham. Um, I don't know if I'm the only one who experienced these kind of things when it comes to GalaxyCon, um, but rude staff, not cool. Especially when it's someone who is, neurodivergent like I am. It is very much, it's very sad. It is very sad to treat your attendees like that. Um, and saying that that's going to cause a fire hazard when it really didn't. It really didn't. If When you think about it, the whole convention is a fire hazard because there's so many people in that building that day, um, and had the audacity to yell in my mom's face and say, "Do you want this place to get shut down?" I don't know about you, but our mom was very calm. Our mom was very calm with this, volunteer. And this volunteer was getting all up in her face and just yelling at her. Um, Even when my mom was even pointing things out and asking questions, she was still yelling at her and yelling at everybody else. I'm surprised that the amount of yelling that this woman did not attract Alex attention. I'm not saying he was going to stop it, but like, girl, come on now. Needless to say, GalaxyCon Columbus is the worst convention ever. Um, Not to mention there was just oversold tickets. They oversold tickets, um, and it was just poorly handled, and also unorganized. Fan Expo is way better than this, because Fan Expo actually cares about their organizations, like organizing things for their cons, rather than GalaxyCon, because GalaxyCon only cares about money. But yeah, um, I really hope I wasn't the only one who experienced any of this, but I wanted to post this on here because I post about it on my other socials, and yeah, I hardly ever post on here on YouTube anymore, but this felt like the place to post about this rant because GalaxyCon is not worth it. Doesn't matter what one you go to, especially if it was Columbus's, because Columbus is the worst. So yeah,